Hi everyone. Today I have a really exciting interview to share with you guys. I was able to speak to the extremely talented Tony Todd, who you know from many things, but this interview was specifically about his role as Scareglow in the upcoming Netflix series Masters of the Universe Revelation. I mean, this thing has so many incredible names attached to it, a lot of whom I got to speak with, which is really exciting. But this is the first of a few interviews that are going to be going up, and I really hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for ones that include, I don't know, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Chris Wood. We've also got Kevin Smith, so stay tuned for all of those coming soon. But I really do hope you enjoy this interview with Tony Todd, who voices, like I said, Scareglow, one of my favorite characters. I mean, oh my God, I wish I could tell you all about the series, which I've already watched the first 5 episodes, and there's so much I want to talk about, but I can't yet. So all I will say is I hope that you enjoy this interview with Tony. And if this is your first time here, I'd love it if you take 1 second and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on all the other He-Man Masters of the Universe coverage that I have coming up for you guys. All right, let's talk to Tony. Hey, Tessa from Mama's Geeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel.
Hello, Mr. Todd, Joseph Deckelmeier from Screen Rant. First
How
of all,
I'm
great. I'm a huge fan of your work. You're such an iconic filmography behind you. But your character, Scareglow, he has elements of Pennywise the Clown and the Red Skull from Avengers Endgame. What did you want to bring to that role that wasn't on the page?
A sense of fun, a sense of joy. You know, the thing about playing villains, you don't want to hit the villainy head too hard. You just want to, most villains think that they are completely correct, whether they're dark side, whether they're the fallen, whether they're Scareglow. They are absolutely correct, and you are in their way and you're wasting their time, right? So when some kid will come up to me in a pop culture event and say, can I just give you my imitation of your character? Go ahead, come on, let it loose, let that inner kid go. So, you know, just having fun, man.
I love it.
Hey, Ray.
Mr. Todd, first off, thank you for being here today. Ray Flook from Beauty. I just wanted to ask, in regards to your character, how much, and it may be the standard question, but I'm always curious to see from an actor's standpoint, is how much were you able to bring into the character as opposed to what may have been presented to you? Was this, given the character and in connection with the original series, were you given a lot of room to really grow and make it your own?
Yeah, particularly since the character wasn't seen in the original series. So, you know, we had a little bit less weight placed upon us. Kevin called me, said, Tony, would you like to come play with this thing? And I said, of course. Are you kidding me? It's taken me, you know, I've been doing voiceover now for, I don't know, 5 years, but it took me easily 4 years to get my first gig. It's a very competitive industry. And once you hit the ground running, then, you know, hopefully they keep asking you. But I love this character. Scareglow is great. And I think he'll be seen continually.
Hi, Mr. Todd. Kevin Fenix from Fanboy Nation. As a master, I'm doing well. Thank you.
Good.
As a master of fear in your performances and stuff, how do you use fear, you know, with like Candyman, Skeletor, or Scareglow? Scareglow.
Who am I today? Who am I?
Sorry.
I'm not.
Sorry, a little nervous.
Okay.
My fear is showing. Sorry. How do you use fear to fuel your performances?
Through growing up Black in America as an only kid and avoiding gangs. I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff in my time, living in New York, growing up in Hartford, Connecticut, living in Chicago, living in LA, you know, but I'm a well-balanced guy. I got cats, I got fish, I got peace and solitude. And, but because of how I was raised and where I've come from, that comes easily. I spend most of my time trying to suppress it, okay? Because I'm not psychotic. I just want to, and as an actor, I can pull on these things, whether it's a voiceover or a stage or a movie or TV. I just pick and choose, you know, once the character speaks to me. And as soon as I held up, Kevin had one of the original Scareglow toy figures, and he showed it to me, let me hold it while I was recording. Once I felt his energy, it was able to let it go. So thank you for asking.
Hi, Mr. Todd.
Laura. Hello, Laura. How are you?
We are Entertainment News.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How about you?
Good. Thank you for asking.
I was wondering, since Scareglow likes to elicit fear in all of the other people, what do you think Scareglow is afraid of?
Scareglow is afraid of a brightly lit room because he operates in the night, in the darkness, and the stuff of nightmares. So all you have to do to get rid of him in the crowded movie theaters for the lights to come on. He'll be the guy shrieking in the corner, covering behind the seat. Just give me a cartoon, please. You know?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hello, Tessa with mamasgeeky.com. Thank you for taking the time today. I really appreciate it.
Hi, Tessa. How are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
Great. Thank you.
Oh, I love
I like that.
Is
that a pinball machine?
It is. It's a marble pinball machine.
I love it.
It's so very distracting. I never get any work done. I'm always playing it.
There you go. I love it.
But I'm curious, how much room was there for improvising, or was this basically all script?
No, you know, when you do voiceover, particularly for animation, it's all script. You got a panel of people that have like been trapped in a writing room, eating too many Krispy Kremes or whatever. They're all jazzed up, and the words are very carefully selected and picked and anointed and given to you. And then when you're in the booth, you know, you're doing, you know, sometimes they'll have alternative lines, but you're just doing the line. You find it. Once you find it, then we do our safety takes, and it's probably the reason why the jobs are so coveted, because usually the sessions are no more than an hour, maybe an hour and a half, you know, and it's the best gig in the world. You get up, you have a coffee, get your donut on, drive out to the valley and do your thing. So it's a joy. Just like you and your decor, I'm a kid at heart. So I just want to go in and lay all my kiddom down in front of the microphone.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay.
Hi, Jenna Busch from Vital Thrills.
Hi, Jenna.
Hi, Mr. Todd. So I would love to know, you've been in so much genre, so many genre properties, and I can't imagine this would be the first action figure that you have. And this was such a collectible action figure. It's awesome that Kevin had one. I'd love to know your thoughts on whether you're going to get an action figure and your thoughts on seeing the new version of the character for the first time.
I can't wait to see the new version. I got nieces and nephews. I can't wait. Yeah, I think this would be like, yeah, I'm not counting, but I know it's like, I got at least 23 action figures from different characters. So this one is going to be have a anointed space in my collection. And one day when I'm in the actor's retirement home, I'll be the guy that brings out his trunk and they say, there he goes again. He's playing with himself. No, I'm playing with my action figures.
So, Mr. Todd, Masters of the Universe has been around for nearly 40 years. Can you talk to me about your experience with the franchise, if you were a fan at all, or anything like that at all?
Well, when the original came on, I was like a hustling actor in New York City, so I wouldn't really have time. I went through a phase when I got my master's in theater where I didn't watch TV or anything related to TV for maybe 5 years. I was busy studying and hustling and trying to live on $50 a week, right? But I was well aware of what pop culture is. And having done a lot of cons, I met a lot of vendors, and I know how huge the toy market is. You know, I'm getting ready to have my first Funko, finally, for that character that begins with a C. I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, man, I appreciate each and every job I get. The thing about me, and it keeps me working, is I'm not jaded. When somebody sends me a script, I look at it as a gift, okay? I don't know whether it's gonna be a gift I wanna return, or a gift I wanna keep, or a gift that's just for me. And so I look at it like that. I open it, oh my God, here's a chance to communicate the passion of a person or a figure or a cartoon with the rest of the world and the kids everywhere.
You had mentioned before about being a kid at heart. So I wanted to ask, in those rare moments of downtime between projects, what do you watch? What do you read? What are you listening to that kind of gets you at an ease of mind?
I play guitar. I have a beautiful Gretsch guitar, Cadillac Green. I love music. I paint, I write, I cook, and I'm always receiving scripts. I never have, and I rescue cats. We currently have 2. And, you know, just do common thing. I do all the anti-villainous things that you could possibly think of because I am not a villain. I'm just good at playing them. Go figure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All righty. Next up is going to be Kevin.
You mentioned you had like over 23 action figures. Do you have any particular favorite like incarnation of any of your character, whether it be an action figure, a mug, or any, like even an oven mitt or something?
Well, you know, I guess the C character has gotten the most. I mean, what amazes me, there's so many fan art interpretations of some of my characters, and I love that. I'm currently working on my autobiography, and I'm going to start collecting all this stuff because to me, those are the best homages you can get to your collected work. That and an 8-year-old child coming up to you and saying, "Do you want to hear my imitation of you doing the falling?" I go, "Yeah, give it to me, let it rip." And then they'll take a moment and go, "Enemy to the human hive." And I say, "You know what? That is the best version I've heard since I recorded it. So thank you."
You mentioned that you've voiced and played a lot of action and horror genres. So what excited you the most about playing Scareglow in this series?
Well, I mean, Kevin Smith and I did a failed pilot a couple of years ago. We just clicked. We liked each other. He called me, and you know, I know his level of excitement and passion, and so I knew it was going to be something that wasn't just a knockoff. And look at where we are now. This Masters Universe Revelation is widely anticipated and expected and beloved, hopefully. And so far, the journalists I've talked to, people I've talked to, have seen the show, appropriately love it. And I hope that continues to the rest of my kid family out there in the universe.
Hello again.
Hello again.
So what actually drew you to this role besides Kevin calling you, but like what made you go, yeah, that one's for me?
I love the name of the character, Scareglow. It was the middle of the pandemic. So instead of staying in my beautiful place all alone, and any opportunity to get out was a moment to clear your head and say, okay, I'm not crazy. I'm not insane. There is humanity out here. There's work. And everybody's not disappeared, you know. Because when you collect cats and rescue cats, you know, you can talk to them, but they don't talk back, except when they're hungry. And just the opportunity to speak and be present in the world, you know, and hopefully when on the 23rd of July, when this comes out, the world will be even more normal and more less insane.
Less insane. I like that.
Got to have a little insanity just to have us actors have something to draw upon, but less insanity, please.
Exactly. Thank you.
So to close it out,
yes.
I'm always interested in how much of a backstory you get when you're doing voiceover work. How much do you know about this character's backstory, or did you really work to create your own version?
No, you have to have the backstory because those give you the clues to who. I mean, otherwise you'll say or sound inappropriately. They sent me a bunch of scripts, and I was able to piece together what he wanted, you know, what he's after, what's going to upset him if he doesn't get it, and then we leave room for hopefully future seasons of Master of the Universe Revelation, presented by Mattel Television and Netflix. Our friends over there, Netflix. Thank you, Netflix. And thank you all for asking, you know, insightful questions. I appreciate the time.
Thank you, Mr. Todd.
Thank you. Right, guys.
Thank you so much.
Take care, everybody.
Take care.
Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that interview with Tony. Like I said, he's amazing, isn't he? Oh, man, let me know your favorite part of the interview down below in the comments. I gotta admit, I really love that he called out my pinball machine. That was exciting, but really, he was just an absolute joy to talk with. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Like I said, hit that notification about so you don't miss out on the other interviews I have coming up for this series, as well as some other incredible content. Be sure to follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Mama's Geeky over there, MAMASGEEKY. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, guys. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much to all of my monetary supporters, my members here on YouTube, as well as my patrons. If you haven't joined yet, please consider doing so. We have some really awesome perks, including a monthly Zoom meeting where we get to talk face to face. Thank you again to everyone who supports me.